Hi everyone, thanks for joining us tonight. Today, Kevin will show about the Microsoft Word form.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you, Cole, for the quick introduction just now. Today is our last session for Microsoft Word, where I'm going to talk about Microsoft Form. Now, this is something that many people are not aware that Microsoft Word can create such a thing. And normally they will just create like this kind of boxes, name, then type in, type in. Now, what you can also do is you can build this one. You need to type in. But if let's just say you are dealing with something called state, okay, so in the address here you have something called city, and then you have something here called state. Okay, you have something here called, now let me do something easier first. Yeah. Okay, so let me just go and insert a column, row above. Okay, so let's say this is number 3, 4, and 5. This one is gender. Maybe this one is address. And this one is called gender. Okay, something like that lah. Something like that. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I'm going to show you how to put in this information. So the first one, in order for you to build something that they can click and they cannot edit anything else, we must make sure that the particular form is being restricted to only fill up the form. However, in order for you to do that, you must use the form element inside your chart. So first of all, you need to open up your developer tab. Okay, so the developer tab can be found in your Word option. Just if this is not checked, you just check. Just check it there and then you will come up. So developer tab. You can go to your option under this customized ribbon. Then you just select the developer. Okay, that's how you turn it on. So I want to set up a field here that will automatically allow people to key in. So I go to this one first. Under name. Now the one that I'm going to use is this one. I'm going to use something called the legacy tools. The legacy tool which doesn't involve macros or anything. So I just going to click here. I say I want people to be able to use the legacy form to key in the text form field. So I put my cursor here, then I go to the text form field. So this is a gray color form. When you double click it, you can actually hack this to a macro if you with the moment they key in what happened to the macro will bring the data over. So I'm not going to do all that. I'm just going to fill it in like this. So fill in enable. This one is must check. Must check. So I click OK. There you go. Okay, so now if I go to this option up here called restrict editing, I want to protect my document. So I restrict editing. I go to this restrict editing. Okay, now my option here is I want to make sure that I want it to be limited to filling in form. They have a few other options. The moment you uncheck this one, see you cannot click, you must check this one. Allow only this type of editing. So filling in form is one of them. Track changes, comment, then you have filling in form. So I'm going to put in here filling in the form. Remember just now I put something called fill in enable. So now I tell them I want to fill in the form. Now look, all these things that I have here, everything can be edited. Okay, I can make this one bigger or smaller. All this column can make it bigger or smaller and so on. So now I'm going to enforce the protection. So I only allow them to fill in the form. So when I click this, enable it, I can choose to put in with password or not. So let's say in this example, I don't want any password. So I just click OK. Now, there's a gray color button here that show that is a field. If you don't want that, you can go into this and tell them, don't show this gray shading. So you can take away the shading. So it doesn't show any shading. the moment you go in here, right, you see you're trying to change any of this text cannot, because this is being protected already. Okay, so if I put in here Kelvin, Kelvin, so I already typed my name. That's it. So I can only fill in the form. I will not be able to do anything with this particular Excel. This Microsoft Word document. Cannot. Unless I stop the protection. Stop the protection. Then now you can do anything you like. Do this. So after you have key in, this is actually still a form fill. So if I turn it on, you see the gray color is there. So what you need to do is when you are performing a testing, you have to click this eraser to reset. Reset, then you go back to empty. So if I double click here, I can put in some default text if I want to. Default text. So you say, please enter. Maybe I just put there, no need, please now enter your name here, your full name here. Okay. Enter your full name here. So let's see, I click OK. Now I want it to be all capital letter one. No matter how you type, also everything become capital letter one, right? And there is no minimum text or whatever, it's just unlimited. Okay. Okay. Enter your full name here. So if I take away that shading, that means there will be no shading here. Enter your full name here. So I click the restriction and enforce again. Okay. Okay. So now you see it had this particular thing. You can just type here Kelvin. So after you enter, you press tab lah, not enter. Because enter you will go down one line, right? You press tab, you will become all capital letter. So you can have a control over that everything is capital letter and so. Okay, so that's a restriction that you can have to do the text here. So this is the first one. When it comes to gender, normally I don't want them to type lah. I want them to type in either female or male only. So for this example, I will go into the legacy form again. I will use a combo box, a drop-down list lah. So to speak, is a combo box. So I click this. Now it comes in here already. So I double-click. I go in. I can put in what I want them to show when I click the drop-down. So the drop-down will become male. So I add, then I type female, then I add. So I got two options here, two options, male and female. So make sure that the drop-down list is enabled, otherwise it won't appear. Then I hit OK. That's it, right? You see the male here. Now, when I start enforcing it, then you can have a drop-down list to change it to female or male. There's a drop-down list that you can fill. Now I can't do any other changes except that to bring in here. This is available in Microsoft Word form, but many people don't know how to use that. Even if they add it in without putting in the restriction, they notice, why cannot? Right? So they are not able to what do you call that? Decide on this, and then everyone can come in here and change. Right? They can come in. Is this restricted? Yeah, I stopped. Okay, so if they already put in no more restriction, you see, they come here, there is no drop-down list. So there are people who didn't know that if you want to see the drop-down list, you have to enable the restriction. Only then the filling in form will appear. But this one comes in a set one. You put in the information, then you come in here, you enforce it. You enforce it, then you can see male or female. Otherwise, you won't be able to do it. Once it's not enforced, the drop-down list won't appear. Okay, so these are some of the drop-down forms that you can have if you were to do it. So for this one, address, you can also do the same. You just use the text form field. Okay, then for the city, let's just say I have option for them. Okay, over here, I'll put in this one. Checkbox. So I click this, I put there Kuala Lumpur. So I'm restricting the entry to Kuala Lumpur. Okay, let me just put a few space. Then I put in another one. I put in here, let's just say Kuala Lumpur, then I put in Ipoh, a few space, put in where else? Georgetown, George, Georgetown, and just
Petaling
one
Jaya.
more. Petaling Jaya, okay lah, Petaling Jaya. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4 lah. Now it will not work if you don't protect. You don't enforce the protection. So once you enable the protection, now you can choose. You can choose more than one. Right? Okay. So usually we will not allow them to do this kind of checkbox unless we can allow them to have multiple choices. So what is your favorite city? Right. So maybe we change the title here to favorite city. Favorite city or favorite food, that kind of thing. So I change, okay, food lah, favorite food. So this one will be okay, what else? Okay, what else?
Chicken rice.
And lastly, maybe we'll put in there burger. All right. So when we enforce it, I like this one. Maybe I don't like this one. I like this one. I like this one. That kind of thing. So you can have multiple choices for them. Now this is just a form. It does not link to anywhere or no. For your information, it does not link to any other places. So you can build this form. It's for the people to fill it up online. I mean, you give them on the computer, not online, on the computer. So you send them this Word document. When they open it up, they can't do anything to the form. They just fill in the blank on it. You notice that they have very little choices. Very little choices. So if I go back here, sorry, I have to stop this one. For this are not. I have to reset. Just to give you some idea about how to fill up the form. Right? Now then we also have other available things like just a few. Okay, so stop the restriction and I go and check everything. So this one states we don't have something called check boxes, no, radio button, but we don't have. We only have 1, 2, and 3 plus this thing here called insert a frame. So basically nothing much to decide here. But if you use this thing called ActiveX here, okay, so for the state, if you choose the ActiveX, so it will appear like this. When you double click, it will go into your Visual Basic application. So what happened when you take this? What happened? So you want them to have, if you know how to do VB coding, then this will be very useful for you. When you double click on it, then what do you see? So if you just want to edit the text, right? So edit the text, just highlight that. Okay, so let's just put this one as Petaling Jaya, is it? Now, I'm not writing any code here. I'm just putting in the information. So what else do I have here? So let me just get in the box here. So this one, go to the option, edit it. Let's say I have Kuala Lumpur. Okay, just like that, these two. So what happened now is I can enforce it. Okay. Because it requires you to have a code to do that. Otherwise, you will not be able to. So if I go to this design mode and take it off, it looks like this and enforce it. So when I'm in the design mode, I cannot enforce it. So now I can take either one. You can borrow lah. You just use this to do it together. As far as the legacy is concerned, it's only these three. But the FTX one, we comes with the macro recording, macro coding. I'm not good in this macro thingy in Microsoft Word, so I have no idea what are the codes. But you can actually do a Google search and look for all those codes and just dump out already, then it will work. You have to customize it to your own local settings. Okay, so you see this one? This is what we call the checkboxes. This is a radio button. Is it what they call? Option button, sorry, option button.
Yeah, this sometimes they call radio button. The other one is checkbox, is it?
Checkbox and radio button, right?
Yeah, the favorite food, the one is checkbox. You can check. You know. Whereas
This
radio
is,
button
but
is
this one doesn't come in check. Okay, let me
yeah,
stop this
radio
one.
button you
If
only
I-
can select one. You know.
Yes. You take a look. Just now I was using this one on top here, right? This is called checkbox form field. This one is called checkbox. It's not called form field. So I click here. I can I have to right click this one. So let's just say I put here BKT. BKT. Oops, too small. Okay, then I just use this one again. So see, so I have these two, right? If I take away the design mode and I start enforcing it, okay, this time when I click this, the icon is nicer, right, compared to this one. This one is a checkbox, but this one is an X. This one is a very old-fashioned checkboxes. This one looks nicer. This, you just feel an interface for people to key in on here. Okay, so what happened if I have already checked this, I put in my address, this, if I send it for print, let me just try to zoom in. It will come out exactly the same as how it looks, the interface. So usually you fill in, you print it out for your safekeeping. Okay, so there are all these things that you see here are printable. It will be there in this printable. Okay, so basically that's all about the formula that I'm able to share with you. So if any one of you know more about this, please go ahead and let us know. Then we can discuss. So when I take away the shadings,
Kevin, can I ask a question?
yes.
You see your
Yes, please.
state, can I link it to a Dropbox whereby when I click, if in Malaysia, then we have 13 states per room. No? If in US, they have a different state, so I can actually select and pick. Can I actually fill up a sort of list that people can select?
You mean that means I drop down list lah.
Yeah, it's drop down list so that in Malaysia, then people.
So here the legacy one, they call it drop down form field, right? Here they call it combo box. You can use this as a combo box. So, but you need to type in. You need to type in the, what do you call that?
You have to type in all the options then, or you may link to some database of things.
Yes. So I do not know how to write this code. Therefore, we are using form field just now. See this form field?
Okay.
It's the same thing. When I take this one, so see that? This is a drop down list. So you can do the same for the stick. If you don't want to use this one. So basically they are the same thing. It's just that this one you have to build in. So you have to go into Google, look for how to write, what is the code for your combo box in Microsoft Word, then combo box. Then they will give you that one. You just change to your setting and then paste it in. I have to stop this one first before I can remove this. I have to go to the design mode, select it and delete. Now I have to be in the design mode in order to do that. So let me just put in this one again. Put in this one again. Box. So I go to the properties. So they have combo box properties. There are quite a lot of things here.
Yeah, you should look. Go to source. Is there any source there?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm looking for that thing.
Yeah.
But at the bottom here, put that source. Usually this one looks like those database product, right?
Yeah. Because I do database programming, so looks a bit familiar there.
So we still need to know the code.
Yeah.
The VBA code. We still need to know the VBA. I think the properties is just for us to format only. Format. It's not for you to link. Right. Yeah. Basically, this has not been used for like what? I think not many people will use this one. But in case you just want to design a form without actually using Google or Microsoft Form, then this is one of the way to do it. Right? If you are using those Microsoft Forms and Google Form, they are collecting the data for you. So everything is nicely done, but very little control over what you can do. So it's like 1, then 2, then 3, right? You guys know about the Google Form, Microsoft Form, right? Are you aware of the Microsoft Form?
I'm not aware. I didn't know this one also.
Okay, Microsoft Form. So there is this thing called survey form and so on. It's very similar to the Google Form one. And it's free. It's free. So if you click here, this is a normal survey form. This is a normal survey form. If you look up here, they have those quiz lah, they have other type of reservation forms lah, and more template. So if you just click a new form, it is basically just a common survey form. That means you ask people to answer. That's it. If you create a quiz, you can do like what I'm doing here. So I have the pre-test and post-test. So if I click here, I can set up the question like, okay, what is the name of Microsoft? So what is the name box of Microsoft Excel can do what? So they can choose the answer. For me, whenever I click and do this, I click check mark here. That means this is the correct answer and you will get 10 points. Okay, so if I want you guys to do it, I can send you the link. So I just have to copy the link to the chat. Paste the chat. So this is the form. I can do a shortened URL lah, but I didn't. But a shortened URL here, but I didn't do that. So if you click the link that I show you, right, it will go into the same kind of item, but you don't have the answer lah. You don't have the answer. Then I will be able to see how many responses, how many responses already, and so on. Responses, how many of you have answered, and I can actually extract this out to my Microsoft Excel. Once it's done, so you see, open in Excel. The moment I click, all your answers are in Excel and calculated for me. So why you want to use Microsoft Word to do it when you can actually just use Microsoft Form, right? So for those of you who likes to create collect survey one, this is one of the form that you can have. Or registration form.
Kelvin, what I understand is in team, sometimes we have the polling one.
Yeah.
So the polling, from what I read, that you actually have to need this form so that you can send it to your participants for them to fill up. No?
They are all related. They are all
Yeah,
related.
yeah.
So there is no ready-made form for you unless the ready-made form you just open up and like this another. There's a lot of template here. You can just click them like wedding invitation. You can click it and then you change the content to your own purpose. But they don't really have a lot of templates for you to choose. So if you have done some work for your client and you want to see the customer expectation survey, you can do that. So there are a couple of forms here which is quite useful. If your daughter or son have party, you want to invite them. So birthday party invitation, you can go into the cast survey so that this one will be what captured inside the Microsoft Excel. All the feedback will go into Microsoft Excel. So Cole, the form that you gave up is using this as well, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, the one that you guys fill in after the session one is actually from here as well. So this one is Google, not Google. I keep on saying Google. Microsoft Forms. Microsoft Forms. So bad. I'm talking about Microsoft product, but I'm saying Google. Right. So looks like today half an hour gao tim already or call.
So fast today.
Because it's only one single topic. That's
After
why
this
I was thinking. Yes, Timothy.
After this can go for bak kut teh already.
No, I actually thought of like telco now we can do something like AMA. Ask me anything you want to know about Microsoft Word, Excel, or even PowerPoint. No issue. So is there any question from you guys? Stephanie? I haven't heard from you for a long time. Everything done already.
I'm fine, thank you.
Haven't heard from you. Everything can be done.
Still digesting it.
No, I'm not talking about Word. No, I'm talking about your Excel. No.
No. Okay. Yeah, I still such a little bit backlog. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is my slides for the training. You guys are aware of this timer, no?
This is the add-on, right?
Coffee break. The coffee break. I think you are the one who showed me to me.
Yes.
Are you the one?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I normally use it during the break.
During the break, coffee break, lunch break. So
yeah, you can change the tick. It's the add-on very good.
yeah, if you guys still
That time
remember,
you build it into the PowerPoint there.
Then you just go to the add-in, right? Go to get add-in. So it's called what already? What's the name already? Real break time. So you just go in, you look for break time. BREAK. Break time. There you go. I think I downloaded it before. So it's inside here already. It's inside already, right? So let's just say I have a brand new slide, empty slide. So all I need to do is just click the break time. It'll come out already. Okay. Now when they come out, it's empty one, no picture one. So you can choose the type. So let's just say the type that you're choosing is called starting, or maybe in finishing. Finishing. So we are finishing already. Okay, so let's put this on experience. This one, finishing in 10 minutes. So start now. So it's counting down the 10 minutes. So it depends on what you are doing it for. So let's just say you are doing something like bar. So you put a picture, bar time. Yes. So exercise.
unfortunately, it cannot allow. It doesn't allow you to add new thing.
I guess you need to buy lah. I think they are
Yeah,
paid version,
probably.
you know. Yeah, paid
Oh, okay.
version. If I'm not mistaken, there's a paid version that you can buy. But this one's free lah. So just use lah. Good enough
Yeah.
lah. We just want the time to move only ma.
Correct.
Lunch break. Yeah.
Oh, you actually inserted a text box, is it?
What is that?
You actually, for example, your slide number 4, you actually inserted a
Oh,
text box.
this one I put on top one.
Oh, okay.
First got space ma, so I say important. Get up and stretch. Drink a lot of water. Adjust your sitting. Then wash your face.
Okay.
So this one is stay away from computer screen. 5 to 10 minutes power nap. So these are just some advice for them. So break time means break time lah. You know participants when you tell them break time they sit on the computer do your work. So they actually didn't leave the computer, you know. That's why I write down lah. Tell them please do something about it. Because they just have too much work and they cannot relax. My slides are very simple, you know. Actually, I don't put a lot of things. And then the last one is the way they can contact me.
Oh, really simple. Only 3 slides only.
Yeah, I don't give information slides lah.
Oh.
Okay, I don't give information slides so much. Okay. Now I think who's that? Noel has been sharing quite a fair bit on PowerPoint before, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think a few months ago lah.
Yeah.
Few months ago. I just want to reiterate something here. So let's just say I have some pictures. Okay, let's say this picture. Okay. Crop it. When you crop, you crop aspect ratio to 16:9 because my screen size is 16:9. Okay, so I can fit this one exactly.
Oh. Okay.
So you don't have to agak-agak, no, then go adjust, no need. You can just crop this one to aspect ratio of your screen size. So it's 16:9 ma. My slide, my slide size here is 16:9 ma.
Yeah.
So I crop to 16:9.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Now,
I think this is useful. This one. Sometimes we
now,
try to make it fit, and then the thing out of size.
yeah. Now you see, I am going to do some simple cropping here. I am not going to adjust the size. I'm just going to make the picture bigger only. Just make the picture bigger only. That. Okay. So maybe like that. Okay. So this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this photo, this slide, and I'm going to duplicate it. Okay, duplicate. So I got 2 of this slide. So for the second slide, I'm going to use the transition called morph. Morph. Then I select this picture, I do the crop again. But this time I'm going to move this girl in like that. Okay, now you take a look. When I run the slideshow, right, and when I actually let it run by itself, auto, we will see this thing, it will move. Okay, so I don't want the movement to be so fast, the transition. I want the duration to be more. 7, let's say. So let's try. Done. You know, those situation is like you are taking a video of like somebody, you know, you're moving. You can do that. So after this, I duplicate again. Okay, I will zoom in to her face. Okay, so I will do a, right, make it bigger. Put her face here in the middle. Like that. So let's take a look at the movie here. Sorry. Then you will go in. You get the idea?
Mm.
Yeah.
Zoom into a certain place. So then if I duplicate it again, okay, this time I move this picture, move it to her glass. Here. Okay, so let's start all over again. So all these slides, I want it to be automated, which means my transition here, I want it to be after, then yeah, after maybe 2 seconds or 1 second lah, and apply to all of them. Just click this one. I didn't click, it will just move by itself. So of course you put your text lah. You put your text so that it will look very nice in your. So if you have a slide with a lot of information, you want to zoom into that particular information and have a look at it. You can do that. Remember you have your server deck, right? Server deck. So you want to go into this particular server screen. So you zoom into that part and you can show all the ports, and then you can do that. Then move to another one. You can do all that. I think Cole, you are using that already, right?
Yeah, but the way that you're showing is a bit different. Yeah, I feel very good. Normally,
So,
my
assuming
morph
that
feature is to resize a certain icon or
So
change the text frame or picture frame, something like that.
Kelvin,
Yes, Timothy.
for this morph, when you run the slideshow, if you click, because right now you're running on what, auto mode, or you click to the next picture.
Yeah, I put
Or
the after 1 second.
auto,
It means if the transition
or one
finish,
by its own.
1 second, then you will run. If
Okay.
you don't want, then you can finish it. You can talk, and then you click, it will move. So you see,
Okay,
I
okay,
apply without any timing already. So from the first one here,
Okay.
you run. So
I
it
see,
will
I see.
click. Sorry, if I click, it will move very fast lah. See.
Okay.
So all this, I will change it to morph. Now I run it. So if I click, it will move. So once finished already, it will stay there. So you start talking lah. You are talking
Okay.
about this slide. When you finish talking already, you go into her face. So you finish talking already, you click, it will go down to the bottom or the laptop, Now because this morph is so fast, you can make the duration longer. Just now I make it 7 lah. Now maybe I make it just 5. Okay, just 5. So let's see what happened. From here. So when I click, you notice that it's moving a little bit slower. Right? Then you start talking about this. So when it finish already, you continue to talk, then you move out. So if I start from here, I go to this insert, I put in the text, put in the text. So stay focused. Then I will make it big, stay focus, put it here, and I change it to white color. So the word stay focus is here now. Okay, I copy this. I come down here, paste. So the stay focus, I want the stay focus to be here. No, not there. Maybe down here, stay focus. So when I copy this, I come here, paste, I want the word stay focus to be here. Okay. Then for the last slide, paste this one. Okay. I want the stay focus to go back to maybe here, stay focus. Now, let's see what happens, whether it will work or not, because I do copy and paste. Now, you notice that the stay focus actually moved down. Click again, we go to the so if I take this first slide, duplicate it and put at the end, and I add in the morph. So one, sorry, stop here. See, it goes back to the big screen again. So the morphing is very, very, very nice to play with when you want to animate your slides. So the wording, the wording can change when Right? So the first one is stay focused. Okay, maybe I won't use the word stay focused. I say working. Right. Then the second one is stay focused. The third one, I want to change it to black hair. And this one is coffee. And this one is thank you. Right. So it will be changing wording. Right. So from here, working, it didn't go. You notice that the wording actually didn't morph properly. So what happened? Right. What happened? So let's take a look here. If I go to all this effect under morph, are they going to go by word or by character? So as an object. So I go by word go by word. It still didn't move. Okay, let's take a look what happened. I will go to this selection pane. So you take a look, this particular wording, the name is text box 3. How about here? It's text box 1. That's why you see it didn't move. So the name is different. First one here, text box 3, but come down here, text box 1. So I need to change the name. So this one, I'm gonna highlight this, copy. So here, select this, I'll change this to, let's say I change it back to the same name. And for this one, what about this one? This is text box 1. Highlight this, paste, text box 3, 1. This one, text box 3. Yeah, actually all of them are text box 1 except this one. This is text box 3. Okay, so let's take a look. So here, I run it now. Oh, still doesn't work. Let's look at the text box 1 here. I put the double exclamation mark. Double exclamation mark. I'll change the rest of the thing as well. So I put a double exclamation mark in front. Let's see whether this time it works or not. Huh? Still doesn't work, right? But this one it works. See, it's changing. Did the wording change to coffee? Thank you. Why is the first one not working? Let's take this guy. Copy. Take away this.
Is it because of the morph type has been changed?
Maybe. Okay, so now let's say this now I change it to working. Let's try again. The first one didn't work, but the subsequent one it works. Let's say I take away the morph. I don't want the morph on the first one. Still doesn't. No idea why the first one don't want to move down.
Over the second one, what is the effect?
Same. Second one is also morph. Third one is also morph. Fourth one is also morph. Oh, I think I know why. This guy, this picture, I think there is an animation. No animation. No animation. No. This one is none. No animation also. They help, but it should be able to change one, but then it just don't want to come down, stay there. But the second one, okay.
Hmm.
You know how it actually morph?
The name correct
Oh,
earlier.
I think this one did they Noel show me something in it?
Which one?
The slide before, I think you got to put it, copy over the other to the previous slide and move it.
No, because that one, the slide 3 is the first slide. So even is static without any transition. Because the next one
It's okay one,
transition,
the
it
first
should
one
still
don't have
translate
one,
on.
right?
Yeah, the first one will never no need one.
Okay. Then the second one.
Eh? Kevin, do you
Second
need
one,
to change the effect? Normally, I didn't change any effect.
effect option.
I didn't
Because
change.
the rest of
I
them
just
are using word. This one is by object. I think because of that. So let's try again. Working, right?
what
No,
about
still not that
your
easy.
slide? You actually have object and word at the same time.
Object and
Words at the same time. So you can't change the effect, right?
this one.
Because normally I didn't change the object. I didn't change. I leave as default, which is the object.
But you see this one is a word, right? This one is also word, So for this one, just
But for
don't
first one,
understand why.
you not even need to turn on the morph, right? Because it's the first one.
Exactly, no need one. But it's not moving. That's the thing. It's not moving.
Or which one the focus the stay focus
The word working didn't move down. Because the
you want it to
slide,
where do you want where do you want it to move down to?
okay, working on the top now, right?
Yeah.
When you go to the next slide, it's down here,
Oh, okay. No, you see, this working, you must actually put it there, copy, you copy and paste it exactly the same place. And then your next slide, you also paste it. So when you morph, the thing will move down. Yeah. So this one you copy and paste so that it actually stay on exactly on top, And then down here down here you paste okay, you're working, you move it down to the focus there, for example. No, you don't have a type. You actually copy back the same working, so you move this working down to
delete
the, that one delete, the set focus delete. This one you move it down here. Then if you morph, the working will move it down.
Okay. Okay, let's see whether it works for all of them. So working actually go down. Then when you click, now can why like that one? So let's change this one to stay focused. Let's see this time it works.
No.
Different wording your beside level.
Yeah. It's as if they can sense that you actually copy.
Hey, can we just you
same
put
thing,
two exclamation mark, right?
This one,
Yeah. And then you got put two exclamation mark, right?
Yeah, but
Text box 3, and then what about the other one? Wait, same.
Same, text box 3 lah.
You create a new slide.
When they are the same, wording, okay. Well, when they are not the same wording, then cannot.
I think what you need to do when you copy.
For me, I tried many times already. Different wording doesn't matter one. You will still more.
I think what you need to do, Kevin, is you copy, and then when you paste, after you paste on it, you go and change the wording.
No need. Because of the morph, it will actually change whatever as long as the name is correct. Even the picture will also change.
It's this name. This name is important.
Correct. That name is very important.
It makes sure that every slide have the same wording. That's all.
Yeah.
Now the newer version don't need the exclamation mark already.
Oh, cool.
No need already. You see this picture, mana ada exclamation mark? You can still morph. See, from focus to black hair, okay, well, but then from working to stay focused cannot. So weird.
What about you copy the stay focused to the slide upper and change it?
Yeah, this one. Copy, right? You say?
Yeah. Then
come here and
delete the working.
Delete the working.
Okay, change this stay focused to working.
Okay, let's see first before I change. Okay, so stay focused to stay focused can. So this one is working. Working hard. Okay, so I got working hard. Yeah, one.
Is it because of your morph got effect option selected for second slide? Yeah, what is the effect? What about you put back to object? Okay. It worked now.
Yeah, well. But why now can?
Yeah, because object means everything.
Yeah, but my question is that why the second one here, this one, right, is object, right? But the third one here,
Object also.
Oh, it's object.
Default is object.
Okay, I didn't change, is it?
Yeah. I think you accidentally changed that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we know it cannot be by word lah.
Object mean everything, because sometimes I change not only a word, I also change the photo.
So
For example, I moved the cat become a dog. right? So the picture of the cat will actually change to dog, and the wording will also change from
two
cat
different picture
become
lah.
yes, yes. Word and picture change together.
So for example, this one, we're going to insert another picture.
Oh,
So let's turn it into this one. Okay, so crop, aspect ratio, and just put a corner to corner. So what's the name of this picture? Picture 2, right? This one, I think also picture 2. Okay, let's see whether there is any transition or not.
now without exclamation mark also will work already.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
It doesn't change.
Two different picture. When it's the same picture, it doesn't have two. Okay, so that means I'll have to change everything.
Oh.
I think this one and this picture, you copy and paste it to the previous picture and put it behind, you know? So that when you
No,
post
no
the
need,
thing,
no need.
huh? No need.
It won't. Okay, the exclamation mark still need.
Still need when it's two different picture. Okay,
Yeah,
this
still
one
need when
is moving.
it's a different object, not the same picture, as long as it's different object.
See, it doesn't work for the rest already. Now every
Yeah, the
picture
rest
now I
all
have to
need to
have
change already. Yeah.
you need to have exclamation mark already. This one already have. This one already have. This one also need to have already. But if you are using the same picture, tak payah one.
Yeah, yes, the picture tak payah.
Which means now come down, go up. Okay. Thank you.
Oh.
There are a lot of practice. So I was I mean I learned from Noel the other time, then I was just doing some testing. So sometimes can, sometimes cannot. So it's kind of weird, but the effect is nice. So the exclamation mark, now we know that if it's the same picture, we actually don't need. But the moment you're trying to change it to a different picture, then yes, you have to.
But for me, as a best practice, right? As long as I want it to morph accordingly, even though it's the same picture, I will still name it accordingly.
The exclamation mark, right?
Yes.
Yeah, good practice. Okay, so I think any other thing that we should talk about, we can talk about.
No, I think okay for me.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to play around with this morph thing.